So we're going to be bathing puppies.
Got 8 of them. So try to go as
Streamlined as possible. Okay. So what I do is I just grab one puppy. I just do one at a time. And I'll take the camera with me so you can see how I do it. But all the puppies are in one enclosure, the smaller enclosure, my dirty puppy vat, my dirty puppy pen. And then they go to the clean puppy pen, which has a heat lamp. It has a heat lamp, a little bit bigger. And then I change all the bedding from the dirty puppy enclosure, And then I, clean the my puppy play area outside as well. Just to, so they're all clean. So what I'm doing, I'm trying to adjust the water before I start. I don't like running the water too much because I have a septic tank. And I have a septic tank. There we go. So, it's all a little bit warm. So I try to be careful, of course, about the temperature. I don't want it too hot or too cold. And most of the puppies don't really react to the water too much because their coat is so thick. So you can see it stays really dry underneath there. It's just how their coat is designed so that when they're in the den, let's say it gets a little wet in the den, the puppies can get, are pretty waterproof. That sounds funny, but they are. They're pretty water resistant. And it's like that with most breeds of puppies. Even your short hair breed will have that puppy coat that's fluffy. And that's the point of a puppy coat. That's why they have that, is so that they've got that thick puppy coat so that water doesn't penetrate and get close to the skin. They have to, even if you dunk them all the way in the water, that their skin will still get pretty dry. But when I start putting the soap on it and getting that lather down in there, it does mess up that waterproofing, a little bit. All right, so I don't really get their face, and I try not to get inside their ears. Their ears are fine. I just want to get the outside of their body. So, puppy's doing pretty good. Oops, sorry. So I try not to get it in their face. So, pretty easy. Alright. Look here. Sometimes I'll do their nails first, but I just had a family over who's getting a puppy from my next litter. And they and their kids help me trim nails. So that's one thing, if you come and visit puppies, I probably will put you to work. Like, it's a lot easier. I'm gonna leave this on just a little bit. It does change the temperature. I'm probably gonna put you to work if you come and visit puppies, and maybe help give them a bath. But here you go. Say hi. Hello. All right, so I used one towel for every couple puppies. It works pretty well. Make sure I got all the soap off. What a nice puppy. You're so good. You did such a great job. You still smell a little like dog food, but that's okay. All right, here, I can take you with me. Let me turn my camera around.
and plug. All right, so here I have my puppy. So what I do is oh my gosh, I think this is dirty. So that's my dirty puppy vat, and this is my clean puppy vat. And you may start to hear a little bit of whining, but so he's gonna stay in there and hang out, and there are my dirty puppies. So I can grab one of you guys. Who wants to be next? I don't want to take my little tiny one. Let me close that again. Don't want to take my tiniest one because I want there to be some more puppies in the, let me turn you around. I want there to be a few puppies in the clean puppy area before I start doing the smaller ones, just so they have some friends to cuddle up with. So how often do I bathe puppies? Basically as often as I need to. These guys have been pretty clean, but over the last couple days, they've been eating a lot more and incidentally poo-pooing a lot more. So, oops, sorry, and poo-pooing a lot more. So, I keep it in the back. This is the pink female. That was the orange male, and this is the pink female. So I'm going to make sure that their IV string is loose. I pay attention to their weight, but I just make sure the puppy is not skinny or anything. If I feel like the puppy is skinny or not growing like they should, they're separated to feed and just to make sure they're not getting bullied or anything. This is a nice substantial girl. They're not quite 6 weeks old yet. So I won't have a really rhyme or reason as to how often I bathe. I just do it when I feel like they need it. If they're getting dirty or, it's been a little while, or I'm going to have the family over with the little kids, I'll give them a bath. Of course, they get a bath before they go home. So they get about 3 or 4 baths while they're with me before they go to their homes. So they should be used to it. But as you can see, so far we don't have any really reactive puppies. Everybody's taking it really well. This is actually their first bath. I forgot to share this with with everybody getting a puppy. So that's, I'm looking for ears too, make sure their ears aren't super dirty. You hear my puppy over there crying. Hi. There you go. Again, this is the pink female. Hi. While I'm over here, let me stream with everybody getting a puppy. Me, my live video. My goodness. I for some reason my my messaging app doesn't let me isn't great about, my messaging app doesn't let me. Gosh darn it. It doesn't like me to do a whole lot of, it doesn't let me, gosh darn it. Yeah, so my puppy just went poo-poo. He just went poo-poo in the clean puppy area. Party foul. So I need to clean that up. All right, so I'm getting another puppy. We did the orange puppy and the pink puppy. So here's Fire's puppy. All right, so one of the things I do is I make sure that my hand is underneath the water all the time to make sure to keep track of the temperature. See, it just came out really warm right there. And it's just, you know, how household water works. Turn it down a little bit more. So one thing about the puppies is their coat is pretty water resistant. And the puppies, they seem to like water pretty well. I haven't done a outdoor play stream with them playing in the outdoor enclosure in a little bit. The weather's been kind of weird. I just haven't set up a camera to do it. But all of them seem like they like water pretty well. Okay. Don't leave. Don't leave. So, but what I do is I take a little Pyrex baking dish and just drip the hose into it so they get some splashes. So they have some little swishy splashes. And I can see which puppies are attracted to that and want to play, and which puppies want nothing to do with it, which isn't a whole lot of them because they're pollers and the dog's parents like water. So we're not expecting a lot of dogs that have an aversion to water. And that's it. So I go through the face. And I don't do inside the ears, but I do look inside just to make sure everything's going well. And I just go to the puppy and make sure that everything's going. That they're not spilling anything. But I go over them anyway. But it's a little easier to feel them when they're wet. Again, I don't do the face right now. It was not really necessary to do the face. If you have any questions, you can put them in the comments, and I'll try to check every time I move on to the next puppy. So I need to head back so I can do the neck. And see the time. And making sure everything's washed up. Okay. My towel. So this is my older puppy from a fire and reef. So she's a week and a half older than the others, but she's actually, I think some of the puppies from the other litter might be surpassing her now, some of the larger male puppies. Oh, you're so cute. And she took it really well. I don't usually have big problems with them. Sometimes they'll react a little bit and get scared. Here she is. Hi. Hello. All right. So I'm going to take her and put her back with the other clean puppies. Here's one of my larger puppies. I usually like leaving that on. But here's one of my larger puppies. This is a blue male. I think he was the first one born. And you can see he's about the same size, if not a little larger than my older puppy. He certainly carries a lot more puppy fur. So this is their first bath. I haven't had a reason to give them a bath before now, but they just recently, the last couple days, started eating a lot more and instantly pooping a lot more. So we start bathing them. I want to bathe them a few times before they go to their new homes just to get them used to it. So I don't do the face and I don't do inside the ears. I do check the ears just to make sure there's nothing crazy going on. But how he's acting is how a lot of them act. They're not super reactive to the water. I haven't done a lot of outdoor play streams with them, but I put in a shallow baking dish that has like an inch or two of water, so that they walk through it and they play in it. And then what I'll do is I'll drip water in there with a hose, just to see who likes to play in the water, who is attracted to it, and who's a little bit more cautious of it. And that helps me as I'm, deciding which puppy is going to go to which home with whichever activities they want to do. So usually I'm going to be trimming their nails today, but I had a family come a couple days ago to look at puppies, and they helped me. And just FYI, if you come out to visit, you might get put to work. You may be helping me dry puppies and help give them a bath, or help trim nails, or help with a wormer or something. This one has pretty thick fur. If you have any questions, you can put them in the comments, and I should be able to see them. I'll check every time I do that. But what's funny is most of my lives get more views afterward. Didn't he do well for his bath? This is the blue male again. He did wonderfully. He did so well. All right, so I'm going to go put him in the container with the other puppies. So I'll take you with me so you can see what I'm doing. And oops. Let me unplug this. Okay, so hello. So here's my dirty puppy vat. Somebody poo-pooed in there. And this is my clean puppy vat. Ah, somebody poo-pooed in there. No! We got to get rid of the poo-poo they're clean. So there we go. All right, just, it's like a never-ending battle at this point. You know, people ask me, oh, it's so hard to get to sell your puppies. Isn't it hard to see them go home? I was like, yes, but it's a lot of poo-poo. You want to be next? Sorry, the angle's probably crazy. You probably just saw my forehead for 5 minutes. All right, here we go. Which one is this? This is the red puppy. She's a... Actually, sometimes they're a little... I want to say they're a little... you know, scared, or they'll react a little bit because it's a brand new thing. But that's okay. We want to make it as easygoing as possible. So I'm just going to hold the puppy. Notice that none of them are going to struggle or whine or cry or get really, really stressed, and that's genetics. They're, oops, wrong one. I don't use this soap. That's genetics. A lot of, you know, you get a litter of mystery puppies, and you may get some reactivity with the water or with new stuff. And one of the things I want to breed for are foalers that aren't reactive. I want them to react to moving objects, and to the chase, reactive to moving objects, and like for the retrieve, and have drive that way. But I don't want them to react to, what is that? I saw a little speck. That's probably dirt, but that's why I give them baths, right? So they, I can look over the puppies and specs. I don't have a problem with parasites, with like external parasites, because all the dogs on the property are on preventative, so it's never really a problem. But that's, you know, we check them, we go over them and check them, and it's a lot easier to feel their condition when they're getting bathed. You can go through the puppy fur. How's that for temperament, huh? Hi. And this is their first bath. Oops, sorry. Now you can very easily teach a foaler how to be reactive, how to react unfavorably to having his nails trimmed and having baths and stuff, if you allow him to, right? Because if they don't want to do something, it's like pretty common sense that they'll put up a fuss about it. But the trick to training the foalers is to make it fun, and you don't want to manipulate it so they think it's their idea, because you want them to know it's your idea, that you're doing the thing. But at the same time, teach them that your idea is fun. Here you go. Hi. He's so cute. And again, this is the red female. All right, so I'm going to take her and put her back in the puppy vat. Again, if you have any questions, you can ask on the screen. Really sad. So it's usually puppies in the clean puppy vat that are going to cry because they're wet. And it's very sad. But I do have heat in my bottom. It's a little warm. So when I'm bathing them, I want to make sure that my hand is always underneath the faucet. You're not going to see me do that. It freaks me out. Because like sometimes the
switch can get bumped or something can happen with the water and it can hot incredibly fast. So I want to make sure I always have my hand underneath the faucet, the water. So this is the black puppy, so like the others, make sure it can get that ivy collar all the way around. So this is a Clean Start Chris Christensen shampoo. I don't really like using it for puppies because it strips the coat, it strips the oil out, and I don't necessarily want to do that. I've been using Fair Advantage, which is a really moisturizing shampoo, and it tends to maintain moisture and oil in the hair shaft, which keeps the coat cleaner over time, and also maintains the waterproof nature of the coat. But this is what I have right now. For some reason I couldn't get the Fair Advantage in the gallon size. It was on back order. Hi, you're so cute. It was on back order, so I just didn't order it because there's no sense in spending 20 bucks on a tiny bottle when I could spend 40 bucks on a whole gallon. I just have to wait and order it when it becomes available. I can do without it for a little bit, but circling back, that's the shampoo that I usually will use on the puppies instead of this this shampoo, which is actually a stripping shampoo. Stripping strips the oil out of the coat. Oh, they're so cute. So I wait until this one just has the cutest little personality. He just is so laid back. He's like, okay, I'll just sit here and let you do it. So this is the black male puppy. I think he's just the cutest little thing I ever saw. Look at that. Hi. You're so cute. And he's just so laid back. Like whenever anything crazy happens, he just like sits down and watches. Super cute. Alright, so I've got 2 more left. So this is the brown puppy. So yes, the brown tail. It's another bigger puppy. He also has a lot of coat. It's the blue male. The males are very, most of them are pretty substantial. I don't find that it matters too much if they're males or females regarding the size. Having a bad time or stressing. This one is a little bit nervous at first. You see they do this with their little paws and they're a little bit insecure. They're starting to relax a little bit. I think when he's face to face with that water for the first time. This is our first bath. And he's face to face with that water for the first time. So I don't do the face, there's not really a reason to. Just like the other comes in there and Ivy Tower. I think those will change their thing. They're so complaining. So, yeah, they're just wet. And they've got a heat lamp. I may put a fan on them I have a small box fan, so I'll close up the whelping pen to the little pen I keep, and then so that they get some more airflow and will dry faster. It's supposed to storm this afternoon, but the sun is out, so I may put them outside if it's warm, but it's just more easier to regulate the temperature here inside. Just got some shampoo back here. That's probably where it was coming from. I mean, they've been around water before, but they're not really reactive. And again, this is the brown puppy. Hi, are you cute? Look how cute you are. Let me plug this in. Hold on. There you go. All right. Yeah, so here he is one more time. Isn't he? Didn't he do great? What a nice first bath. Hi. First bath for puppy. All right, let me go get the last one. Oh, are you going to be the feisty one? Are you going to be the feisty one? Okay. Stop. It's all right. The littlest one. You're going to be it, huh? Okay. There you go. Okay. Look at it. Okay, let's see. Okay. All right. Well, good thing she's the smallest. Yeah, so some of them will be a little upset about it for the first time. And that's okay. It's funny that it's the smallest one. I think she's been bullied a little bit, so she's just used to evading. She'll get used to it. That's kind of the idea, is that you're a little bit uncomfortable, but that's okay. We'll work through it, and it's not that bad. There you go. Well, now you get underneath it. Silly. Looks like you can't. Yeah, you see that's kind of how we do it. She's a little upset about it, but you show it to her and then show her that it's not a big deal and it's all right. So that's the end. Hopefully ends up being a positive experience. There you go. She just sighed. She just went, she knows. She's saying, all right, I guess this is what we're doing right now, and I don't have a choice about it. And I said, yes. They weren't too bad. They didn't have like clods of poop in their hair or anything. But I try to keep them really clean. And having the setup I